How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. It's Monday morning and there's only one thing we're going to talk about, and that is Euro 2024, because England played last night and they started the campaign with a win.
Welcome to DT's Daily. That's right.
So, like I said, it's Monday morning and Euro fever has hit all of us because, of course, it is the Euros. And I tell you something, since the opening game on Friday, Germany against Scotland, I've watched some very, very good games. And yeah, it was one of those, you're looking at these games and you're thinking, oh, please don't be a bore fest. Don't be a 0-0. And they've been some really, really exciting games. Loads of goals and entertainment and drama, and it's been so good to watch. And these early parts of, the major tournaments are always the best because you normally have 3 games a day. Now, for us, it's absolutely brilliant. For anybody in your house that don't like football, it's absolute hell. They're literally moaning because the TV's been taken over by football all day. Me and the kids have absolutely loved it. And it's brilliant. You just get to see all day football. And like I said, because the games are entertaining and everything, it's kind of made it even better. You're not sitting there falling asleep and thinking, oh my word, what an absolute bore fest. But yeah, look, listen, last night England got their campaign underway, and it wasn't the most of convincing performances. And I know they say the first game is always the most difficult. It's the nerves and you're waiting and watching everybody play and you just kind of want to get going. So the most important thing is 3 points. And when you also look at the other 2 teams that are in our group, Denmark and Slovenia, you saw that they would have, drew their game before we played ours. So it's a big opportunity to get that early lead and to, get yourself qualified for the knockout rounds before the 3rd game. And that's an opportunity to rest players, and we'll get onto that in a moment. But I felt in the first 35, 40 minutes, we were very, very good. Jude Bellingham, Bukayo Saka were the 2 standout players in the first half. Absolutely superb. Bukayo Saka, assist for the first goal, headed in by Jude Bellingham. And Bukayo had the left back on toast. He twisted this guy up so much that he actually went off injured after 30 odd minutes. And it was justification for why he started. And, the questions that have been asked over him. I get a lot of people saying to me about Arsenal fans defending Saka and how, we really back him and everything else. And yeah, every reason to back him. People are talking like Saka is a scrub or something. Like, how dare you? He has consistently proved himself season after season on the biggest stage. People are talking as though he had a bad season, that his numbers were dreadful. In the same kind of bracket as a Jack Grealish or something who had a really poor season at Man City. There was absolutely nothing wrong with his statistics. And he's just being disrespected and disregarded. I think I see a statistic yesterday as well. In his last 24 matches for England, he has 27 goal involvements. He does it on the biggest stage. When you think about the season just gone, you had people sitting there going, yeah, well, he needs to do it in the Champions League now. And then he did it in the Champions League. And it's like, but now he's got to... No, he doesn't. Where's all this disrespect come from for Bukayo Saka? And I will back him. And I will die on that hill backing him. Because he is an unbelievable player. And luckily, Gareth Southgate feels the same. And he is very important. And he is the main man on the right-hand side. And that showed in that first half yesterday. I said before the game, I feel that he'll get 70, 75 minutes out of this game. Because you've got to remember, he's coming back from an injury. So he will need to get those minutes in his legs. But 70, 75 minutes will be fine. And he played 75 minutes. Started to tire a bit in the second half. And as I said, it's understandable given the circumstances. But in the first half, he was absolutely immense. And he showed just how important he is and why he's starting games. Jude Bellingham, absolutely exceptional. You know, and the arrogance that that boy has, 20 years old, the arrogance he has, that is, I don't want to say a boy, I want to say a man. That is a man that, you know, plays for the biggest club in the world that's just won the Champions League. And he has that arrogance about him of, yeah, I'm that guy. I am that man. And you can see that playing in that environment has just rubbed off on him even more than what it was beforehand. And he was really good before, but you can just see it. 20 years old and he can grab games by the scruff of the neck and say, I'm the man. I'm dealing with this. I thought, Guy, superb in defence, but again, the way that some people talk about him, you know, they're talking about this as some sort of League Two player that's been given an opportunity because of injuries. This is a player that's been consistently one of the best Premier League centre-backs. Like, it's so disrespectful. I look at Declan Rice. His performance was immense. He was putting out fires absolutely everywhere. I'm not sure about the experiment with Trent in midfield. Don't doubt his ability, his passing range and everything, but I felt that we were a little bit exposed. Phil Foden was dreadful. Doesn't work. And I was thinking about this earlier on, and you look at Phil Foden for Man City and he plays in a system. And he's so good. He's so good for Man City. He's unreal. But I'm trying to think. I think it's 33 caps now he's got for England, something like that. Can you think of one real standout performance by Phil Foden for England? Like real big performance. And you will talk about the likes of Saka and whatnot. And I could think of multiple performances for England where Saka stood out and he scored hat-tricks and assists and man of the matches and all these type of things. Phil Foden, I've got to sit there and I think, can't really think. And then if you listen to the punditry after the game and everything else, and you've got Cesc Fabregas, the intelligence of that man and his understanding of the game. When you've got Rio Ferdinand sitting there just coming out with this random stuff, and you've got actual insightful, intelligent, you know, dialogue with Cesc Fabregas. He actually breaks things down. Michael Richards, love Michael Richards as a pundit, but he was trying to defend Phil Foden. And Cesc Fabregas just said, look, sorry, but his performance ain't acceptable. A player of Foden's calibre and what he's done at Man City should be doing what Jude Bellingham's doing. Go look for the ball if you're not getting the ball. Go and grab the game by the scruff of the neck if you feel that you're not really involved or contributing, etc. Needs more. Fabregas is a brilliant pundit. Absolutely superb. But yeah, it's just some little things that I'm looking at. And, you know, we've got our next game on Thursday against Denmark. You win that and we've already qualified. And the importance of that means that we can go into that final game. And there's a lot of players there that probably won't get a lot of minutes, if any minutes, during this tournament. But it's a chance to turn around and say, you know what? I'm going to just freshen it up a little bit for this game and rest some of my main players. You could easily take Bukayo Saka out for that third game and give Jarrod Bowen a start. You could easily, you know, take a Phil Foden out or a Bellingham and give Eze an opportunity, for example. You could take Harry Kane out, who, in my opinion, doesn't actually look fit. You know, out of the side, and you can give a Watkins or a Tony an opportunity, for example. Luke Shaw desperately needs minutes now. Perfect opportunity. So yeah, there's some real, you know, importance to getting that, you know, win against Denmark. And I was looking at the permutations moving through into the knockout rounds and everything else. And listen, you're going to get to that stage where I don't think it really matters who you play, but the longer you can avoid teams, the better. If we actually finished second in our group, we would play the winners of the group that Germany are in. And that's going to be Germany. And the last thing you want is the round of 16 and playing Germany in their own country already. It's not already. No. You win the group, you play one of the teams that finish third. And I think it's 3 or 4 teams go up into the knockouts that finish third as well. So you get to play one of those. A more favourable tie, shall we say. But the reality is that you do have Germany along the way and France possibly. But you'd rather get them later. You get what I'm saying. But yeah, I think there's food for thought. I think we're very unbalanced on that left-hand side. I feel that if we're going to be playing Denmark, I'd like to see things maybe tweaked a little bit. Does Luke Shaw start? If he's fit enough to be on the bench, then surely he can get minutes. I would say probably bring Gordon in on the left-hand side. I'd probably play Foden as the 10. And then maybe drop Bellingham back just a bit next to Declan Rice with Saka on the right and Kane up front. It's not rocket science, is it? So see how that works. But yeah, look, listen, at the end of the day, it's 3 points. It's a win. England top the group right now. A win on Thursday means that they qualify for the knockout rounds already. So it's all good at the end of the day. Just some things that need to be tweaked by Gareth Southgate, and it's whether he's got those capabilities of doing it. Because the only thing that concerns me is that we start well, play well, score a goal, and then we revert back into our shell and we become very vulnerable. Happened against Italy in the Euros final. So yeah, food for thought. But yeah, off to a win. And that's the most important thing. So listen, there we go. That is it for today's DT's Daily. As usual, let me know in the comment section what you think. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you a lot soon. I'm out of here.